Preparations for the 2014 World Cup in Brazil are well underway. But while the stadiums are starting to take shape, critics argue the same can't be said of Brazil's football team under Mano Menezes. The former Gremio and Corinthians coach has been in charge for almost 2 years, but progress has been slow. Since he took the reins in July 2010, Brazil have yet to beat any first-class opposition and suffered an embarrassing exit from last year's Copa America. In July, the South Americans will head to London in search of Olympic gold. Menezes says those in the 2012 squad can prove they're the men to lead Brazil 2 years later.
Penso que na Copa das Confederações o Brasil deve ter uma seleção definida.
The last Brazil team that won the World Cup was in 2002.
Para acalmar pouco o torcedor brasileiro.
We've had teams that were ready and did not win anything, like in 1982.
A última seleção brasileira campeã do mundo foi a de 2002.
I don't think we are late in our preparations, but things are not defined yet, which is very natural.
Muito tempo antes e não ganhamos a Copa do Mundo, como foi a seleção de 82. Penso que nós não estamos atrasados em relação à seleção brasileira.
I always said that the ultimate test would be the Olympics in London.
É natural que não tenhamos ainda. Porque sempre disse que o marco
Because I think that many who will be in London will be with the national team in 2014.
A Olimpíada de Londres. Porque penso que muitos dos jogadores que vão estar em Londres vão estar na seleção em 2014.
One player who's not going to London is Real Madrid's Kaká. Injuries and poor form mean he's been called up just once by Menezes for the friendlies against Gabon and Egypt in November last year. The midfielder was forced to withdraw from that squad though, and it's his continuing lack of fitness that has Menezes worried.
E a Olimpíada é exatamente durante a pré-temporada dos clubes europeus.
The Olympics are during the European pre-season.
Importante para o trabalho como todo.
I think it is a lot more important for our project to take younger players to the Olympics.
Os jogadores
who need to show what they can do to get in the squad.
Dos quais temos que esperar essa resposta.
It's more important to take them than Kaká, who is a player that I believe can be there in the future.
Se eu acredito que ele possa estar.
I think the next season is key so he can make us believe in him, to have faith in himself, and just let him do what he needs to do.
Deixá-lo fazer aquilo que ele precisa fazer.
Surprisingly, Menezes named 16 overage players in his Olympic squad, of which only 3 can be used in London. A controversial inclusion was Flamengo's Ronaldinho. The 2 times FIFA Player of the Year has been in poor form recently, and his off-pitch activities have attracted plenty of attention, but the 32-year-old remains part of the coach's plans.
Ronaldinho is a player whose performance must be considered in the national team because of his history within the squad. So if he is not doing great at his club, that is not the most important thing. What I think is more important is his attitude in these bad moments, to try and change things. The work he shows us and his willingness to be part of the project.
In his quest to return the 5 times world champion to their place as the planet's #1 team, Menezes has used 83 players, but the winning formula has so far proved elusive. If he finds it in London, he could help lay the foundations for success in next year's Confederations Cup, and then the big one in Brazil in 2014.